Hi guys. So here we have Hardi Shukla today. She's a close friend of mine and she's pursuing architecture. Hi Hardi, how are you?
Hello, I am good. You
Oh,
said.
I am good. So first of all, I'm really happy to interview her because I guess she's one of the most hardest working persons I've seen in this field. So I'm sure this interview is going to be fun and amazing and really informative. So Hardi, before we start the interview, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Zifcare. So Zifcare is a mental health app and we create content around self-development like we write articles, we create podcasts, meditation. So yeah, that's all about our company. So let's start the interview. So first of all, Haldi, please tell us a little about yourself.
Okay, I am Hardi Shukla and I am currently pursuing Bachelor in Architecture from Anant National University. Basically, I have 2 more years to be a graduate. And that's all.
Cool. Yeah. So first, the very obvious question to ask would be, how did you decide to get into this field?
Basically, it's funny, but from 10th onwards, it was difficult for me, to read on books, read on long articles, long textbooks coming on the way. So, and even one of my interests was like in creative drawings and all. Even I liked new buildings, and I have even I have a choice. Like my house should be a perfect. Like I have a dream that whatever I choose, but I like my house to be good enough, beautiful enough.
Yeah, yeah,
So yes.
yeah. Amazing. That just shows your creative side here. Okay. So as you're an architecture student, I'm sure you have a lot of workload. So, can you tell us a little about the workload in this field?
Yes, talking about workload, who know, who would know more than you? Like we
Yeah,
just we have plans, and I do not come
yeah,
till. So yes, we have workloads. Like even I think that from other fields, comparison to other fields, we have bit of more workload rather than going to like when juries takes place. It also has at a stretch of 2 3 days we cannot sleep. We have to complete our models, juries, and yes. So basically,
Hmm.
workload is much more comparison to other fields.
Yeah, totally. So, as you just mentioned that the workload is a lot in compared to other fields, then I'm sure, like, how do you balance your personal life and your work life or your college life? Because I'm sure it's a little difficult to do, and I've seen that. So, yeah,
Yeah. Yes, yeah, it's basically difficult, but after all, you have a sense of mind that this is a 5 year course,
Hmm.
and it is difficult for you. You are sure about it, and you have somehow you have to manage it.
Hmm.
So at times you somehow take out time, and try to do things like whenever ki bus abhi ho gaya, it's fine. The
Yeah,
work can wait sometimes,
yeah.
So at that point of time, you just skip out of it.
Yeah. Because I think in creative fields you need that escape so that you get better ideas. And if you take a break and if you chill out, sometimes you
You
get
do
better.
not have exactly. You do not have at an end. कि
Yeah,
हाँ बस अभी काम खत्म हो गया. It
yeah,
is like you have continuously have to
yeah.
work, but
The
then
process.
you have to take a break and then you start.
Totally. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not like other fields. जब इतना syllabus पढ़ लिया तो अब खत्म. It's like a process which you have to follow in your field. Yeah. Okay. So my next
And you
question to you.
need mind.
Yeah. Agree. Totally agree. So my next question to you is, I've heard this, and I'm pretty sure that it's a thing in architecture colleges that a lot of students they drop out of architecture, and they join in maybe because of the big fat packages they would get after 5 years, or maybe they think that they have really successful careers. So first of all, why do students drop out from architecture?
basically drop out. पहले तो when you talk about architecture, like people have myths that architecture कितना अच्छा है, it looks so good, but
Yeah,
when you pursue architecture, it is very difficult. And even to pass out, you told big fat packages. I
yeah.
Even that is a myth.
Myth, yeah,
When you just pass out, it is very difficult, in especially in India. It is very difficult to to make a stand in the society, in the market, and it is very difficult. So, like, overall, dedication is important. Dedication towards your career is important, and the will,
yeah.
that after all you are going anyhow, you're completing your career, you are how much dedicated you are, which makes an important role to
Yeah,
complete. Or otherwise, if you're not sure, then drop out, and it
yeah.
completely depends upon you.
Because honestly, it's a very expensive field. You know, your equipment and the whole cost of your education is, I guess, it's pretty expensive. So dropping out is like, it's like a shock because you've already invested so much money, time, effort, and then you just drop out of it. So that also is the factor, I feel. Yeah. So as you said, it is a very difficult field to pursue, and people who are going to be dedicated for a long term, they only can, kind of sustain in the field. So, what are the problems you faced as a student, as in this field?
One of the main problem which I face around the time being is when you work so hard, when you work for 1 2 days, and the jury does not come out to be as like
Expected.
you wished, or
Yeah.
whatever you worked for,
Hmm.
the 100% effort which you made maybe does not turn out.
Hmm.
It really hurts. It comes कि इतना किया तो भी after all you
Yeah.
are not given an acceptance even कि
Yeah.
okay, we stand here. Okay, so
Hmm.
that is the main issue which I think all the architecture schools may be facing. Otherwise it's fine. You have ups and downs in every field, so it goes along the way.
So, other than this, not getting the expected results, like, doesn't the sleepless nights and all bother you, or you become used to it now?
We already become used to it. Actually, this pandemic has turned a little
But-
clingy right now.
Okay.
Uh, we have students, or we have friends, doing work together all the night. But now it is being little difficult to
Hmm.
sketch, whole night. But even it is the same thing.
Hmm.
After all, we are used to it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Cool. So, you also said you mentioned something about not getting the expected result. So, obviously, this is going to happen every year, every semester till you finish your course. So, how did you cope with such feelings? Like, how did you overcome this? Because I'm pretty sure a lot of students might be facing this कि यार इतना मेहनत किया, but जितने marks आने चाहिए थे उतने marks नहीं आए. So, how do you get over this?
See, yeah, marks here does not matter much actually. कि आपको marks तो मिलेंगे नहीं मिलेंगे, it's fine. But the juror, how he communicates to
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
matters a lot. How he gives you the feedback matters most. So बाकी marks तो it is like कुछ matter नहीं करता इधर,
Hmm.
अगर ऐसा बात करें तो. But
Hmm.
it's fine. How I cope up with it is, it depends on how dedicated you are, how much career oriented you are towards, so talking about me, yeah, it, like, थोड़े टाइम के लिए होता है कि 2 3 days you are just,
Feeling.
sad, you are like, but after all then you are just boosted up with, कि new semester, new work, new, so ups and downs are in any field,
Yeah, 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 totally.
after all architecture में क्यों नहीं.
Exactly, totally. So, Hardi, before I ask you my last question, I really want our audience to know, what do you plan to do ahead? Like this was a very spontaneous question to ask, but what do you plan to do ahead?
Actually, talking about me, I am like I want to do masters. Still, I have not decided the course yet because architecture is such a vast field
Yeah.
to just randomly choose one field. But like talking about my interest, urban design can be one area which I somehow focus on.
Hmm.
Other than the life goes on and it gives you
Yeah.
choices along the way.
Yeah.
So yes.
Okay. And thank you for answering this spontaneous question. I know I didn't tell you about. So my last question to you is, what would be your advice to aspiring architects?
I would like to tell them that please be dedicated. Don't be in the that area or that myth that architecture बहुत cool है. We can just pass out.
Pass
It
out.
is never the it is very difficult when you are 100% sure about your career that कि हाँ architecture के लिए ही हम anything anyhow I'll complete it. I'll then only please pursue it.
Hmm.
Otherwise you have like it is difficult for you to then it comes to stress all, and your life is a mess.
Yeah.
It really affects your personal life as well.
Hmm.
So you should be dedicated and you should have that will
Hmm.
that after all anything happens, you are doing architecture anyhow. So
Okay.
that's all.
Yeah. Thank you. That was great advice. I think a lot of people should be hearing this. So Hardi, thank you so much. It has been a pleasure having you. Love talking to you, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to find this interview very informative.
Thank you so much.